There you go.
Okay.
Very excited. Taking my 49th interview of the day. Excited about that. Got just 3 more to do after this one to possibly find a co-host. And for the notes, I think that clearly the buxom lady from Vancouver is right at the top of the list, and followed by the midget. But other than that, it's been kind of it's been hit or miss, and so I'm very hoping that this guy Justin Branson, who unfortunately came to the interview naked, which I don't understand, and I asked him to go out and reposition everything and come back in and talk to me. I'm really hoping that he is going to be the answer here for my co-hosting needs. So we're going to sit here, we're going to get ready for Justin to finally make his way back into the room, suitably clothed, and then we'll talk about what's going on here. Of course, on the Dale Wiley Show, we're going to be talking about the books that I've done, the Margaret Baker stories that I've done, the Suti stories, the novels, and the upcoming events and process as far as TV and Hollywood and everything else. So with all those things, we're sitting here tonight with a lovely young lady, Lexi, who's behind the camera, and Lexi is also going to help me decide whether Justin would make a suitable co-host. And finally, after he gets everything back on, not letting me, that Dale Wiley tattoo was really nice. It was a nice gesture, but I really think it was kind of over the top. And now I'm just hoping that he will quickly get back up here and take this. Now let me see how many people are out here in line.
Okay.
And so let me check here and see if he's getting close. Mr. Branson.
Sir?
You can come on in. Come on in and just have a seat.
Right here like this.
On the bed, yes. That'll be a perfectly good place to have an interview. Nothing strange at all about that.
No. Very, very comfy.
Now, Justin, tell me why you thought it was okay to come to the interview completely naked.
Well, I feel that's the way I'm most comfortable.
Okay.
And once I'm most comfortable, I feel that I have the confidence in the world and you will hire me.
Okay. That's good to know. I also thought the Dale Wiley tattoo was a nice gesture, completely unnecessary. DaleWiley.com, I thought that even your putting out the digital space, that was good.
Well, I figure that if I'm going to be naked, I might as well make money off it and be a billboard.
Well, and of course, I definitely did not pay you any money for that DaleWiley.com tattoo that you had put on your chest, all the way across your chest.
No, but the good news about it is if you hire me, it is tax deductible.
That's right. And you appear to be a go-getter, good sir. That's a good quality to have. And so I did notice some things on your resume that I wanted to ask you about. First of all, it said that you're very good at complimenting people, so please compliment me if you would do so.
Well, sir, first I have to tell you that ever since I've walked in this room, I can't take my eyes off you. And it's not just because I'm naked. I feel, and you'll feel eventually, that I can be very convincing that you're a beautiful man.
Well, there we go. I think that we ought to go with that. I think that's a good, the blonde gal, the buxom blonde from Vancouver, she had that, the midget had that, and now it appears that you have that ability too. So I'm glad to hear about that.
I know about the midget.
Oh, well, she was in line outside. I don't want to hear about what you know about her. But.
We'll save that for a different story, different day.
Okay. Now, I find it interesting that you felt the need to put the 4 accents you could do on the resume. I normally would hear people that could do languages, but you just do accents.
I do accents.
Okay,
I figure I'm a Robin Williams of my day almost.
Okay, well, show me an accent that you do.
Well, see, I once came to this country. I had nothing in my wallet. Okay. I had nothing in my bag.
I have to say that's not a very good accent. You need to try harder.
You, sir, need to learn how to listen harder.
Oh, okay. So it's
But while
my
you
fault.
listen, I just want to let you know you did a good job of it, but you could do better.
Okay, so I've got room for improvement.
We all do.
Okay. And so now I want to know, why did you feel the need to print your resume in emojis?
I feel, just by you asking me to this interview, that you would know what I meant by that because we have a connection here.
Well, explain that connection.
I just want to say that I think that the connection that we have in this room right now, it's what I like to call, and maybe somebody else may have called it, electricity. You feel it? Hairs are standing up. Right
Oh, yeah. I mean, and clearly.
Eyes are up here, by the way. Thank you.
And then also, the tattoo area is clearly, it's showing.
You know, I think that it looks just right.
Yep, yep.
It's still tender.
As the duck once said to the plumber, I could see your quack. So just be careful about all of this.
It may happen.
Okay, I think it just did.
Okay.
So now I got to know, why did you list the 7 dwarfs from Snow White as being someone that you admired and someone you thought I might even want to call for a reference?
Well, let's look at it this way. They work, they are happy while they do it, and apparently they can get some decent trim coming in their house. What more do you want?
I guess so. Which one of the 7 dwarfs is your favorite?
I'd have to say Dopey,
Okay.
but then I came to realize that I liked him for all the wrong reasons.
Well, is it because of the dope in his name? I mean, is it possibly?
Yeah,
some
I was under misconception that he was a dealer, and not that he was slow. So I was very upset. He's
Okay.
now not my favorite.
All right.
That's outdated. So I
And
apologize.
so which one is your favorite? Is it Doc? Is it a medicinal hookup kind of situation here? Is that the only thought that you're having, sir?
Right now, there's 3 different thoughts in my head, and they're coming from 4 different voices. But that's beside the point.
Okay.
I got this. So, I'd have to say my favorite, Sleepy. Because when I'm sleepy, voice is sleepy too.
When you sleepy?
When I sleepy. When
Okay.
I go, I like to add letters instead of a whole word. Use the letter sleepy instead of go to sleep.
Uh-huh. So you're developing a new language based on basically your slovenliness. Is that what you're saying?
Being that I'm not a human dictionary, I'll just agree with you because you're the boss.
Okay, human dictionary.
Well, you're using words I don't know already,
Okay,
sir.
well, I'm just telling
You're
you.
making me kind of antsy right now.
All right. So what I want to know is, why did you feel like it was a good thing in preparation for this interview that you would send me a Snapchat with all those different filters on it at midnight last night?
I wanted you to know, as well as your entire family, that I apologize. May have woke up from the dings, but sometimes you get woke up by dings.
Ding, ding, ding.
I digress.
Uh-huh.
I wanted you to see, because I was showing you my different suits, that I was thinking about it. You were on my mind, not just the job. You. So you didn't answer back. I couldn't pick what to wear.
But I do have to tell you, well, you picked a highly, you dressed up tonight. I'm glad you put clothes back on. That was a
Thank
very
you.
nice touch. But I wanted to know, why did you feel I needed to see you as various field animals? Why was that necessary?
Why isn't it necessary is the better question, because, and I have to tell you, with my tad of schizophrenia, I don't have it, but I've diagnosed myself. If you interrupt me anymore, I'm going to be furious and may jump out the window myself. What was our question?
Well,
The animals, why I lose track. So I feel that I could be a gorilla. I could be a lion. He has asthma.
now you finally have some accents that are working.
You're interrupting me. Open the curtain. You're interrupting me. And last but not least, an eagle. A bald American eagle. I'm 100% America.
No, that is a nice thought.
Only in America. And you know, I just pity the fool that doesn't even use 1-800-COLLECT anymore. But that's my own issue.
Okay, that is an issue. Are you planning to do spots for 1-800-COLLECT?
Not anymore, because I've gotten threatening emails from Mr. T and 3 of his 5 attorneys. So what it's like when 4 of the 5 dentists agree that Trident's the best, 3 of his 5 legal representation thought it was an idea that I was copyright infringement.
Wow, that is very interesting. I didn't know that Mr. T could still afford 5 attorneys.
He can pity the fool.
I
And
guess
don't
he
dare
can.
talk about his mama.
No, I know that. I know that from watching multiple episodes of the A-Team. So, there we go. Now, I want to know, why would you list on your resume vaping like a fiend as a skill?
For 2 reasons. One, it's what I do all day, every day. Vape dizzle is what they call me on the streets. Second of all, is I want you to know that I have addictions, and I need you to accept that.
Okay, I can accept that.
This is a very comfortable bed, by the way.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you approve.
Thank you.
Okay, and now talk to me about your last employer, which I understand was, and I find this a little bit hard to believe. I really find it hard to believe that George H.W. Bush was your last employer. And then I also find it harder to believe that you felt the need to misspell his name by spelling it Jorge.
That's a funny misconception a lot of people have. It's been kept in secret vaults for the longest time. George H.W. Bush is really from Mexico.
Oh, really?
He actually owns a mass plantation and farm in Mexico. That's what he called it. You know, he actually used his accent around me, and he told me, he said...
well, does he use it? I hope you're getting better with the accents. I'm glad. I hope he's better with the accents.
Oh, muy bueno. Yo quiero Taco Bell. He says to me, Stanley, I don't know why he called me Stanley, but I just let him go. He's a nice old man. Well, you know, wife's in the, she's making cookies, drug-free. So he says to me, I'm from Mexico. My real name is George with a J. Shh, I'll lose my presidency that I had.
Well, I understand all of that, but why did you feel the need to why did you feel the need to put me in on that job?
Oh, okay. I lost subject there. I thought you wanted to hear a story about George H.W. Bush.
Well, I do. I want to hear a story right now about George H.W. Bush.
The story about George H.W. Bush and I, so it was right after he had gotten out of his president's term, his second term, and...
Like, gotten voted out.
Exactly. So when I say gotten voted out in his second term, he didn't win.
Right.
We don't say that around there. He got voted out after his term. So we're sitting there one day, and he looks at me, he goes, Daryl? And I said, yeah, George H.W. Bush, what do you want? He says, get your ball, we're going to play some handball in the park. And I said, okay. He goes, go tell Tipper we'll be back later. I said, that's not your wife's name. He goes, oh, I called her the wrong name again. I think it's Alzheimer's. Anyway, we fire up the Cadillac. He turns on Beastie Boys. We start blasting down the highway.
What song by the Beastie Boys?
It was No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Oh, really?
Little did I know, we were actually going to Brooklyn.
Really?
Yeah. Not playing handball, but somebody was playing hand with his balls.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, we went to Brooklyn. It was a good time. He got into some trouble. Things happened. The FBI was called. But long story short, I got to ride a chopper back to the house.
Wow.
Good
And
time.
what happened to him?
Nothing. They let him go. They realized that age is catching him. Father Time will get him eventually. They don't need it. It's like what happened to Jimmy Snuka. You know, they're not going to charge him. Just wait till he dies.
Well, and so do you have any views on Jimmy Superfly Snuka's legal maladies?
Oh, brother. Yes, I do. If OJ can get away with murder, Jimmy should be able to kill his girlfriend. That's all I have to say.
Okay. I think he did, supposedly.
God will judge him.
Okay, you're not judging him, all right. So, so now, what else, what do you feel that you really bring to the job? Because I mean, there's 3 more people out there just waiting for these interviews. What else do you bring to this job?
On a normal day, I would normally bring my clothes, of course. I bring my pens and pencils to write with. My wife would pack me a lunch. Do you have a fridge? Can I put it in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You said yes. That means I got the job.
I said yes. There's a fridge.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's William Refrigerator Perry. However, he's on my payroll.
Didn't you put stuff in him?
Sometimes we have a cooling station right next to him.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Anyway, okay. But as far as that, I would bring that from home. Is that what you wanted from me?
Well, I think that's good. I'd like another H.W. Bush story.
Well, another H.W. Bush story. So one day, George H.W. and I were sitting out front, and he wouldn't let me go without at least George H.W. I could leave Bush off, but nothing else.
Jorge H.W.?
How do you know about that?
Well, I'm just saying, I can phonetically pronounce words.
Okay. We're sitting on the porch, and I tell you what, he's got a kid that wants to be like him. And we're sitting there, swinging on the back porch, we're just going, and the little woman's bringing out the lemonade. She forgets to put her dentures in. It's weird, but
right.
She's a nice lady. And little George W. comes around. He's like, Dad, look, I got this slinky. And he's just slinking with it, and all of a sudden, a bird comes down, swoops it away, and he goes away. He goes, Dad, that bird just took my slinky. He goes, well, son, run for president, make your own money, and go buy one. I never felt more like a father figure right there in my moment.
Wow. And so that
I was
the
in awe.
inspiration for him running for president, was a slinky?
Yeah, it was. They have a lot of steps in the White House. He was happy.
Well, that is true. Those are good places to
Yeah.
leave a slinky for days on end.
And did you know he actually bought a slinky factory? That was his first thing he did with his money. I mean, he had money previous to that,
Right.
but he waited till he bought his presidency money with his slinky, and he goes, George H.W., look what I did. I bought myself out with the presidency money.
That's something else. Now, so why is Britney Spears a reference for you?
Okay. I like to say I represented her, but more, I sat in my truck, ate McDonald's, and watched it with my binoculars.
Oh, where were you?
In front of her house.
Okay.
When she got the restraining order back in 2007,
Uh-huh.
that wasn't because of those issues with her family. It was me.
But why did you feel the need to put her as a reference? Because I called her, and she was not very happy. She used a long string of very colorful words.
Because I can't call her due to the restraining order. I had to get you to call her. How is she? Is she okay?
So you just wanted me to contact Britney Spears for the only reason.
Do you want her cell number or her other cell number?
Oh
I've got
no,
both of them.
you already gave me a long list of Britney Spears contacts.
Did you see what time she's going to be home and which time she's not going to be home?
I'm just telling you, this is a little too much information. And so can I assume that some of these others, like Daisy Fuentes and others, celebrities from the recent past?
She's a friend of Jorge's. That's not mine. He just told me to put it on there. She owes him a favor, not to ask questions.
Okay.
Thank you, Jorge.
And so finally, the final reference that I've got on here, I have other questions about, but why do you list televangelist Joel Osteen as one of your potential?
The reason, and the only reason, he's God's direct link. And if he can get me in, he'll be able to get me in with God too.
Well, I tried to call him too, and he seemed like a very nice man. He sat down and we chatted for a few minutes, but he doesn't have any clue who you are. And he used a long string of expletives too, because you keep trying to call him, and not expletives, but dilly dally, and he was saying.
Did he say? Is that the one he said? Is that his exact wording?
He was something.
It's so silly of him. He doesn't know me.
He doesn't know you.
Dale, you're upsetting me right now.
Well,
he knows me.
That's Mr. Dale to you.
Excuse me, Mr. Dale. I just can't do this. I keep it on for you.
Okay, please do keep it on for me, and please work on the crack issue too, because we don't want any. We don't want.
Oh, you mean that? I thought you knew that too. I'm sorry.
No, seriously.
Did you?
No.
No? You didn't even know what I was going to ask.
Well, no, I don't have any of it. That's fine. Just keep both hands on the bed, and we'll be fine.
Okay.
So, anyway, if you were to be the co-host of the Dale Wiley Show, what else would you implement? What would be your improvements to the show?
Well, everything.
Are you saying you don't like the Dale Wiley Show?
I'm saying that I like Dale Wiley and the show so much that I want to make it better.
Oh, wow.
And out of the graciousness of your heart, maybe one day you would name it the Justin and Dale Show.
Oh, the Justin and Dale Show.
It's in alphabetical order, so it works.
Oh, well, I like it.
Okay, the Justin and Dale alphabetical order.
Dale Show.
Do it. But I feel I can bring enthusiasm, personality, and I'll make sure my wife gets up every morning at 3:30 to make us muffins.
I was going to say some muffins, some cold cuts, perhaps. It's going to be kind of a time.
What kind of salary do you think you're going to give me? Can I have 4 cold cuts?
I think you'll just figure that all out. We'll get all that figured out later.
I think that's a good plan. You're right. You're a smart man.
All right. Do you have any views on eating tarantulas that we might bring up during this fine show?
Do I have any views on eating tarantulas during this?
Yes.
I believe that if you put the correct amount of balsamic vinaigrette into the batter, it'll make everything better, because everything's better with balsamic.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other words of wisdom or things that you want to explain? Now, first of all, let's go back and let me look at that tattoo again. Let me read what it says. It says DaleWiley.com. And so that would be a place that they could go to find out interesting information about this, as well as the new link to the Dale Wiley Show on iTunes or other sorts of places as well.
Exactly.
So do you have any other information about what we might be expecting if you beat out the midget and the buxom lady from Vancouver and any other possible co-hosts?
I think that very many of things I want to get out there. I want to get out there things out of my head.
Many of things.
Very many of things.
Okay.
I believe that we need...
Are some of them words?
They might, shall, indeed, maybe, possibly.
Okay.
For one, I want to bring up something that's near and dear to my heart.
Which is?
It's very edgy.
Okay.
It's very, very edgy.
Oh, I know what you're going to say, but I'll let you say it.
Can just feel it. It's something that it's not out of the ordinary. It's something that is out of the ordinary. It's something that's not there every day.
All right.
And I got a question for you before I tell you.
Okay.
What would change the life of one family?
Do you know what could do that?
What's that, Dale?
One freaking goat.
Just one?
One freaking goat.
Onefreakinggoat.org.
.org. That's right.
.org. Nah, okay. And with that, we could do so many great things. And with one freaking goat, that could feed a family, that could make them money, that could clothe them.
Right.
I mean, things that we take for granted.
You've obviously given a lot of thought to this charity.
I have, and it's an edgy one.
It is an edgy one.
It's not your mama's. It's
no. It is so millennial. Oh, it is down with the millennials.
And whenever you're on the site, go ahead and take a vape. Be a true millennial. Take a hit of it.
Vape like a fiend.
Vape like a fiend. Take it from Vape Dizzle.
Well, and let me just say, all of these different qualities that you've written on this resume, I mean, I would not have put jump roping as a skill, but obviously you thought that was reasonable. I would not have listed so many different Japanese anime porn videos. I thought that was edgy.
You weren't interested?
Well, I kind of went down after the 27th one of them.
On whom?
What?
Oh, you were asleep. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying. And also, just what else do you think you bring to this?
I think I bring knowledge. I think I bring diversity. I bring comedical aspect. And above all, I bring up the hopes and dreams of everybody listening to the soothing tones of my voice.
What is the diversity aspect that you bring?
Diversity? I'm a cornucopia of information.
I thought you were going to say you were a Capricorn.
No, I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
Ladies. But in the same time, I bring a diversity of knowledge, of wisdom, of laughter. I can make you laugh 3 different ways. You'll honk, you'll squirt, and then you'll scream. It's what I do.
Wow. So do you have references for that?
Again, restraining orders, I can't really talk
Not
to
Britney
them.
Spears.
No,
Not Britney Spears.
I haven't made her scream yet.
All right. So if you go to DaleWiley.com or check out the new podcast link that'll soon be up, they're going to learn more about the Dale Wiley Show with Justin Branson.
That's right.
It's got a nice ring to it.
I like it. It sounds good.
Non-alphabetical ing to it.
You know, I think I can go for it.
All right.
As long as none of the light bulbs go out on my name.
All right. There we go. and hope to hear more from everybody, and just hope to hear more about it as it goes along.
Hey, come check us out. You'll be glad of what you
And
hear.
please wear your clothes out all the way to the door and beyond, because I don't want the people talking about you.
So you asking me to leave right now?
Exactly.
Oh, well, it's been a pleasure.
There we go.